So there is one thing I noticed that I do when I reason online about all the topics on motivation, team connectedness, communication, leadership, and all the topics that I work with and love. I automatically imagine a work situation in which everyone is in the office in person. Now, I know that is not the case for most of people anymore, and for reasons that I think are too obvious to explain. Um, but yet and still, this made me think everything that we discuss about motivation, trust, making people feel competent, giving feedback, all of that implies one thing, implies that there is a clear and open and transparent communication channel between the team manager, you, and their team members. There must be a sort of relationship, a personal rapport that drives all of that or puts that in context. So, while that is relatively easy to have in, and let's call it now, old style office environment, where everyone was always in the office, always in the meeting room, bumping into each other in the kitchen, you name it. It was easy to establish a relationship there. Now, with teams working remotely, maybe in different parts of the world, or some all in the office, some away, hybrid team, or away at different times, it becomes more difficult. So, one of the things that we need to deal with remote communication is the fact that it's all formalized. Whenever we talk and discuss, it's always at an agreed point in time for an agreed duration, usually about a specific agreed topic. And being so formal, it doesn't really allow much room for something else. So, with that lacking, everything else we talk about has some difficulty in coming to life. So, what I do suggest, and I've talked about it before, but let me remind you of it, is to cut yourself with each person 30 minutes of time every week to have a chat, a discussion. Start by asking them, how are you? How is it going? And let the other person carry the conversation, at least in the beginning. What you want to have with each person, sure, a formalized space, but where people can be free to interact and talk and chat. And sure, at some point you may even steer it towards work, but that's not the point of it. That has the meaning, the reason of being of that meeting, sorry for the mess up, is to build a relationship with that person in a way that you cannot do anymore if you're not in the office every day. And that is something you need to do every week. And if you're wondering why, let me ask you if you're thinking about doing it every month or every 2 weeks. Can you really build a relationship with a person by talking to that person 6 hours or 12 hours a year? Because that is the amount of time you will talk to that person if you do this one-to-one every month or every 2 weeks. Think about that and let me know what you think. Thank you. Stay safe. Talk soon.